welcome to today's episode of Yamaichi Tech TV. My name is Dr. Alexander Raumenat, and with us today in the studio is our data networking expert David Binder.
Hi everyone. As you might remind from our previous videos, I am promoting Yamaichi's data networking portfolio.
So David, I heard that the market is asking for the 112G connectivity, right?
Yes, that is correct. We can see a huge demand for 112G connectivity in the market, especially in the segments data center, transport and metro networks, but lately also in 5G mobile front-haul applications.
And for example, when we take a look on the data centers, which are the typical form factors which are used?
In data centers, we have two main protocols, InfiniBand and Ethernet. For InfiniBand, we think OSFP will be dominant. For Ethernet, probably QSFP and QSFP-DD.
And when we think about the metro and network transport section, what are the typical form factors there?
So in metro and transport networks, we have the long heritage of the CFP family. And it seems that CFP2 will be the form factor of the future there. Ready for 112G and for 2.2 amps per pin. So I think QSFP-DD might also get part of the share of metro and transport network applications.
Okay, and yeah, when you also mentioned already the 5G connectivity, and I think there we have a completely different environment and requirements. What are the typical form factors there?
Yeah, so the environment is different. When the fiber goes up to the antenna, the environment becomes very small, so size matters. And the relevant form factors are SFP, NG-SFP and NG-SFP-DD.
And yeah, all these form factors you mentioned, I think they are pluggables. Is the Yamaichi portfolio mainly limited to the pluggables?
No, it is not. We have a highly sophisticated 112G modular mezzanine system. I call it a system and not just a connector because it allows a huge variety of pin counts and stack heights. Further, we have jumper cables for board-to-board connections or board-to-OSFP.
And as a system designer, when I want to upgrade my system to 112G connectivity, is there anything I should be aware of?
Yes, so design engineers and component engineers need to be aware that the footprint, the PCB footprint of 112G form factors changed.
Can we go a little bit into detail with an example here?
Yes, so let me take SFP as an example. If you take SFP 28/56 and you compare it with SFP 112, then the module interface is backwards compatible between those form factors. But you will see that SFP 28/56 has a different geometry on the PCB itself. So it's different from SFP 112 and they are not backwards compatible anymore.
Okay, this makes of course the design and process a bit tricky and requires a new PCB design as well.
Yes.
Is there any way that we are supporting this topic?
Yes, so Yamaichi thought we might help the design engineers by upgrading the old geometry form factors to 112G performance. So we can use the SFP 28 or 56G PCB layout and still be within the 112G spec. On the other hand, we also introduced a new item which conformed to the new MSA geometry of 112G. So having this choice is the unique selling proposition of Yamaichi in 112G connectivity.
Yeah, nice. This sounds really convenient. And if our viewers want to get a little bit more information about it, where can they find some?
Our viewers can check out our brand new flyer for 112G connectivity.
Okay, then David, thank you very much for your time.
Welcome.
And also, dear audience, thank you very much for your attention. And most of all, stay curious.